Dolphins coming off a game where they just barely snuck one out against the Vikings, and now here in Week 16, they're taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Last week, Kenyon Drake only 6 carries, but one of them was for 71 yards and a touchdown. QB1 of the Jaguars is the big reason why they have a very good offense this year. Blake Bortles, 35 TDs, only 9 INTs, just under 4,000 yards. His day did not start off great, as on third down he is sacked by Cameron Wake, so it brings out Tannehill and the Dolphins offense, 20 TDs, 10 INTs, and just under 3,000 yards. He did miss a couple weeks of action, though, with a shoulder injury. And then here he's going to throw a pick 6 right to Jalen Ramsey. Tried to hit Devontae Parker on the curl route, but instead Ramsey jumps it, takes it back to the house. It's 7-0 Jacksonville, just like that. The best corner in the NFL picks it off. Later in the first, Tannehill's taken down on first down by Calais Campbell. How about 2nd and 17 now? In the shotgun yet again, moves up in the pocket. Here comes Dante Fowler from behind, takes him down for another sack. Now it's 3rd and 6 on their own 42, and he's going to be taken down again, this time by a different threat on the Jaguars defensive line in Malik Jackson. So 1st and 10, now in the second quarter, finally moving the ball, finds Leonte Carew, crosses midfield. Now it's 1st and 10 on the 48, just about 9 minutes left in the second. Tannehill finds Parker on a seam, but it bounces off his hands and into the hands of Telvin Smith. That's an interception for the Jaguars. They would not do anything with their drive, though, so 3rd and 1 for the Dolphins. Handoff to Balaj to try to get the first down. Does not pick it up. He is stopped short. Young-Ho Koo comes on for the extremely long field goal, and he knocks it down. 7-3 is the score. Move things on to the Jaguars back on offense. Blake Bortles, empty backfield. Over the middle, has a seam route for Ben Koyak. Now inside Miami territory on the 27, 2nd and 10. Somehow not swatted down by the corner Bobby McCain, and it's going to be a touchdown for Dede Westbrook. The former Oklahoma Sooner makes it 14-3 for the Jaguars. Later in the second, Tannehill hooks up with Devontae Parker on a little hitch route, picks up the first down. 1st and 10, man in motion, pitch to Kenyon Drake, jukes out a man, has the first down in the run game. 1st and 10 now on the 22. Tannehill sacked by Miles Jack, another threat on this violent Vikings, or the violent Jaguars defense, I should say. 3rd and 17 now. Here comes another rusher. It's Calais Campbell. We'll have much more on him throughout this game. They would have to settle for a field goal. Young-Ho Koo knocks down yet another long field goal. It's now 14-6. We move on to the second half now. Just under 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Bortles picked off by Xavier Howard. The flag was on the Jaguars, so the pick stands. But unfortunately, the Dolphins didn't do anything with their drive, so Matt Hawk is going to punt, pin the Jaguars at their own 4-yard line. But it doesn't matter when Leonard Fournette decides to absolutely tear up the Dolphins defense. Breaks about 75 tackles. I don't think I'm exaggerating there. And he's going to run this one all the way to the end zone. 77 yards to the promised land for Leonard Fournette. It's now a 21-6 game. Later in the third quarter, Tannehill in the pocket tries to find Stills on the post, hoping he would break away from his corner, but instead, A.J. Bouye picks it off as he was on him like flies on shit. Picks it off. Now the Jaguars have the ball inside Miami territory. Handoff, Leonard Fournette, first play, and he's going to be popped by Rashad Jones. Fumbles picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. So the Dolphins are back on offense. 2nd and 11. Tannehill trying to find somebody open, but instead he's sacked for the 5th time already by Calais Campbell. Now 3rd and 23. Tries to get some space off of Bouye for Stills, but instead Stills does not, and Bouye picks it off yet again. Bouye on Stills. Now the Dolphins back on offense after a drive of the Jaguars not doing anything. Calais Campbell, 6th sack of the day. Now it's going to be a 3rd and long for the Dolphins. Tannehill sacked yet again. Calais Campbell again with another sack. And now we move on to the fourth quarter. Dolphins back on offense just in at the start of the fourth quarter. They bombs it to Albert Wilson. He makes the catch, but it's going to be called back thanks to holding on Laramie Tunsil. Now it's another 3rd and long for the Dolphins, and Calais Campbell comes up with another sack. That was his 8th of the day. Now the Jaguars are back on offense. TJ Yeldon just runs through the entire defense before he's finally dragged down by a combo of Wake and Robert Quinn. 2nd and 1 now inside the red zone. Handoff Leonard Fournette. He's just going to run through everybody. Another touchdown for him. And it's going to be a 28-6 lead now for the Jaguars. Dolphins back on offense. Tannehill first down, taken down by Campbell for his 9th sack of the game. 3rd and 14 now. Tannehill trying to find somebody open, and he is sacked yet again. This time it's Dante Fowler. Another threat on that Vikings defense. The Jaguars would settle for a field goal to make it 31-6 as they extend their lead. Now the Jaguars back on defense, Dolphins on offense, and the Dolphins are pretty much just playing for pride at this point. Kenyon Drake gets a reception over the middle, down into Jaguars territory, now on the 5, 3rd and 4. Tannehill hooks up with the Rutgers man, Leonte Carew, for their first and only touchdown of the game. They would go for 2, not get it. So 31-12 is the final score in this game as the Jacksonville Jaguars absolutely manhandle the Miami Dolphins. Not a great day at all for Ryan Tannehill as he threw 4 INTs on the day. 2 of them went to AJ Bouye. Leonard Fournette had 20 carries for 165 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns. Juwan James and Jabri Evans both allowed 5 sacks each. That's just what they were credited with as well. Calais Campbell, well, no other way to say it other than he had an absolutely stupid day because Madden just absolutely messed up the offensive line. 10 sacks on the day for Calais Campbell, 16 total for the Jaguars defense. There's definitely going to be some adjusting doing of the CPU pass block slider. And with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Miami Dolphins football. Don't forget to tune in next time here for Week 17 as the Dolphins travel out to cold Buffalo to take on the Bills in their second matchup of the season, and this game is a very big one. Week 17, final game of the regular season. Winner decides who wins the AFC East. Both teams are tied with their records, so whoever wins, wins the AFC East. Whoever loses will have to play a wild card game. And with that being said, I've been your host, Jersey Born, aka the King of Boston, and I'm saying goodbye.